Hello everyone and welcome back to Form of Therapy. This is the Culture Study and I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out On the Ground by ROSÉ. ROSÉ is finally making her solo debut after, was it like maybe 2 years ago since Jenny's solo. I don't know what exactly went on behind the scenes, but I know that, YG had a lot of their solo comebacks all planned out, and then they kind of nixed that project, or they kind of shelved it. And I think that might have been to kind of shift gears and turn BLACKPINK more from a K-pop act into a global act. There was that huge change in sound that they went through, and if you watch the documentary, they talk about it there too. And I feel like because of that process, ROSÉ's solo was put on hold, but now it's here and we're going to be checking it out today. And of course, before we check this out, we have to talk about today's sponsor, Patreon. Guys, if you enjoy our videos, if you want to support us, well, we don't make money doing these videos, like with ROSÉ, the ad revenue from this video is actually going to go to YG. All the ads you see on our videos go to whoever the music distributor actually is. So if you guys would like to support us, consider visiting our Patreon. For just $2, you can support our channel and get access to a lot of bonus content. We also have extra tiers for live stage variety show, bunch of bonus content. So if you want to check that out, join us at patreon.com/formatherapy. Of course, supporting us monetarily, completely optional. Let's just check out this video. Oh, and before you do, make sure to subscribe, hit that like bell, and let's get into it. This is On the Ground by ROSÉ, and this is your form of therapy. Starting off with very visceral images.
Suddenly you have it, you find out that your goal's just plastic. Every day, every night, I've been thinking back on you and I. Every day, every night, I'll work my whole life just to get right, just to be like, look at me, I'm never coming down. I'll work my whole life just to get high, just to realize everything I need is on the, everything I need is on the ground. On the ground. Everything I need is on the ground. But they don't hear me though. You walk over, must come down. But they don't hear me though. You're running out of time. My world's been hectic, seems electric, but I've been waking up with your voice in my head, and I'm trying to send a message and let you know that every single minute I'm without you, I regret it. Every day, every night, I've been thinking back on you and I. Every day, every night, I'll work my whole life just to get right, just to be like, look at me, I'm never coming down. I'll work my whole life just to get high, just to realize everything I need is on the, everything I need is on the ground. On the ground. Everything I need is on the ground. But they don't hear me though. You walk over, must come down. But they don't hear me though. You're running out of time. I'm way up in the clouds, and they say I'm made it now, but I figured it out. Everything I need is on the ground. Just drove by your house, so far from you now, but I figured it out. Everything I need is on the, everything I need is on the ground. On the ground. Everything I need is on the ground. No, but they don't hear me though. On the ground. No, but they don't hear me though. Everything I need is on the ground.
No way. No way. Huh. There's so much about this that I'm so curious about. Some of it might take post culture study investigation. But okay. Okay. Where do we start with this? I am surprised by a lot of things. Where do I start? Okay. Surprised that it's all English. And I'm surprised that it's not K-pop. I mean, like, it's really not K-pop. Like the structure of the song, like the songwriting behind this is like it's very much laced in more so American pop, Western pop. Um and I feel like it makes a lot of sense. Like the whole song's in English. And Rosé coming from a Australian background, I'm always gonna mix up New Zealand and Australia, but I'm gonna guess Australia because I know. Okay, either Jenny's either Jenny is from New Zealand and Rose is from Australia, or it's flip flop. Um, and I've just offended probably everyone from Australia by saying that. But because Rose is her primary language is actually English, it actually makes sense that her song is all in English. I'm just surprised because usually, when you work for a K-pop company, even if you speak a primary English language, usually they're not going to support a full English comeback. But I think YG, because they have kind of, let's face it, kind of broke that echelon and they're a little bit above others, and they can guarantee the numbers that they don't have to worry about it not being in Korean. And because Blackpink has become more of a global artist, I think that's also the intention with now their solo releases as well. If they want to, I think primarily uh, there might have been a push from Rose to also make it English because she wanted to write like kind of like in her own words. But even just like the song structure, like the lack of like just like the crazy like flourishes in the instrumental, the big rise of like up and down, like sure you've got like the kind of like standard chorus drop, but even the chorus drop, it's more of a downturn rather than going high. K-pop is about energy, and it's like about being in your face and kind of being very fantastical. Like take Jenny's solo for example. Even Jenny's solo was very fantastical, but Rosé's is so much more nuanced, and it's so much more uh like witnessing beauty amongst all this tragedy kind of vibe. Like that's what her music video is portraying, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But what makes me curious is like the song is like generally relatively very slow. It's a very slow paced pop song. I'm very curious as to how that's going to play out on like a music show stage. Like what's the choreography behind all of this, if there's even any choreography. Like I feel like what's her performance is going to be like on those music show stages. So I'm very curious about that. And just like the energy of the stage, usually because these K-pop songs are energetic, the energy on stage is like much more lively and electric, but it's not the case here with her song's a vibe. You kind of want to just like let go and vibe out and like kind of drone out. And I feel like the song itself, based on the lyrics and all of that, it's a humbling song. It's a song that is about her humble beginnings, or her going back to her humble beginnings. And perhaps that's maybe a little bit what the song of On the Ground is about, and why it went such a much more Western route and much more a toned down route. Obviously, Blackpink makes very exciting, very cute, sexy, badass pop music, but that's K-pop, and that's the song. Those are songs that are written for them, right? Rosé, I watched the Blackpink documentary, and it looks like she has the soul of like a musician. She wants to write her own music. She wants to do stuff that's a little bit more nuanced. And I feel like with this solo endeavor, that was kind of what she got to do. She got to do something that was really her color, like really like not just like producers sticking her with like, all right, you're gonna do a party song, you're gonna do an EDM song, you're gonna do a hype song. Like there's something about this that just really feels like that really feels like, oh, this is Rosé shit. And it's like, I don't even have to watch this a second time because I totally got everything from the get-go. Like, her message is so loud and clear, like just like kind of like going back to her humble beginnings of like, even just like where there's the moment where Rosé is playing the piano, and like I feel like old Rosé, or like original Rosé, or Roseanne, is when she's wearing like the white, and then there's that scene where the white dressed Rosé is playing the piano, and then Rosé, that looks like this, in the pink Blackpink outfit, is looking at her and smiling at her, and then she writes Rosé on the mirror, and then she wipes it and it turns into Roseanne. I feel like it's her getting in touch with the other side of her persona. To put it best simply, it's like when Hannah Montana wanted to start going by Miley Cyrus rather than Hannah Montana. You know what I mean? It's like when, you enjoyed Best of Both Worlds, but then she released The Climb, and it's like, whoa, this shit is next level, right? It's kind of that vibe. I realized that was the most weirdest comparison I could make, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this. Is kind of Rosé separating the artist and the art, and going back to like less of commercial pop and doing more so what she wants to do. And I think it was a very beautiful execution. I think the symbolism and like the direct message of what goes up must come down. All my life I've been working to try to get so high, but everything I wanted was on the ground. Like, it's reminiscent of her because Blackpink is, I was about to say one of the biggest girl groups in the world. They might be the biggest girl group in the world. They are the biggest girl group in the world, and she's so high above everybody else. But what she wants isn't the fame and like all this pop music. What she wants is to just create music on the ground. There's that symbolism, and then there's the literal stuff that you see in the music video of shit falling from the skies, creating all these crazy visceral images of like asteroids or comets falling and like setting shit on fire, and then sparks flying. I think this is very unconventional for a K-pop release, and to be honest, I don't think it's a K-pop release. I think this is more so, it's just Rosé's music is the best way that I can portray it. Like, I really don't have like any kind of analysis to give on either the music video or the song itself, because I guess I gave you my analysis on the song, which is that it's very much a I feel like a Western produced song, and I feel like it's very much more so her own color, and I feel like that was very intentional on her part. And the music video, like I said, is very straightforward. It's not even produced like your typical K-pop music video. I don't think I saw, was there an inch of choreography in this music video at all? There was no focus on dance, and everything was just like, everything was more artful and beautiful. And I feel like in a solo music video, they did a good job of making this very different from Jennie's music video. It doesn't just feel like Rosé's doing her solo thing after Jennie did her solo thing. No, this is like, it makes me feel like, oh, solo was really like Jennie's color. She wanted to do something that was like sexy, and like that was kind of like where she was kind of like taking control of her agency and coming off strong. And this one here is Rosé more so being self-reflective and being a little bit more emotional, and kind of going a more nuanced approach. And it really, like a solo debut, and solo music is meant to show the artist's true colors, and this actually does a good job of that. But yeah, that would be my reaction and review of Rosé's On the Ground. I'm sorry if people were expecting, I don't know, I guess a bigger, crazier, analytical reaction, but I feel like this was a pretty straightforward video, and it's not your usual K-pop crazy visual flair, but hey, that's not a bad thing. In fact, I think it really works, especially in contrast to her Blackpink career. So that's Rosé's On the Ground. What did you guys think of the music video? Let me know in the comments down below. Guys, if you enjoy our videos, if you would like to support our endeavors, consider visiting us at our Patreon. Remember, you can support us for just as little as $2 or more for bonus reactions as well. Of course, you don't have to support us monetarily if you don't want to. A free way to support us is to go ahead and leave a comment, hit like, subscribe. Most of you are not subscribed to our videos, so consider subscribing and it will help us out tremendously. And go ahead and check out our other videos over here, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.